Hello, YouTube, and I figured out how to use the timer on my camera now. So I'm able to hold my hand up when I want. But this is going to be, I believe, part 4 of the carrier build. Yesterday I had an interruption in part 3, but I have this as a pirate ship. Just do. So now that you have your TIE Striker modified and your U-Wing and Star Scavenger modified, you now, sorry, accidentally dropped this, and it's a decent weight, I can tell you that. It's like the weight where it's going to be like, I want to fall apart. But it doesn't like, it does like to fall apart. Yeah, I can't read my camera. Okay. There. Hello. Okay. So, now we have your main body setup. This is the main thing. Now, what you're going to do is a lot of stuff now. So, you're going to take, let's get this out of frame, because you have this put together. Probably I didn't do full detailing, but I had interruptions, so that's why I had to move fast. But so we're going to take this, and we're just going to add on this. So, if you can look, it's pretty simple. All you do is you're going to take off the existing fin that was originally here. You're going to take a 2 by 6 stud, by 3 stud brick. So 2 by 6. So a 2 by 6 by 3 stud brick. And you're going to take a 2 by 4 by 3 stud brick and a 2 by 3 by 1 stud brick, and you just clip it on. That's pretty simple. So that's all you do with this. Oh, and I have a Star Wars character in there. Let's take off the canopy so you can see him better. He is a clone, a second generation clone, being the Airborne Trooper. I love the Airborne Trooper. So you're going to take this, you're going to add this on. That's all you need to do. Okay? That's all you need to do. Wow, that gets close. That's the closest I had anything to my camera, besides my hand. And then, we're going to do a lot of crap to this. Yeah, I know, you barely see it because of how large these armor panels are. You guys can make your own armor panels if you really want to. But it depends. Should I leave you guys with the skeleton without the armor panels? Because that might look okay. Here's a challenge. I'm going to leave you guys with the skeleton ship without the armor panels. And I'm going to have you guys design your own armor panels for it. And that would be awesome to see. That would be awesome. Because I'd love to see someone else's creation based off my skeleton design making their own armor panels. Because that would be sick. It would be awesome to see. Straight up. Cool. I would love to see that happen. Now, if you have troubles with my tutorial video, I may have it more, because that And that I made pretty clear, just not the U-wing. That was slightly choppy doing this. Okay? So I may make them more clear in its own video. If people have troubles doing that. So I'm going to take my big giant armor panels off because I can. And these have massive guns. I clipped the armor panels together, but right now they just fell off because of the weight. And they're pretty much like tanks the size of those cannons. They even have missile launchers. But those are just studs. They're just for looks. Aesthetics. So, this is like the most simplest thing I've done to attach these on. Because, see, it's extremely simple. All you need to do is with this. What you're going to do... Oh, the sidecars that come with this, the tracked vehicles, those don't tear them apart or anything. You might want to have those on side. If you have a carpet floor, if you have carpets, you're going to need those tracks to come up to stabilize it when they're on a carpet, because this entire ship likes to rock on carpets. On hardwood floor, it is perfect. It is perfectly fine. So, you might want to keep those stabilizing cars. Now, stuff is starting to fall apart. Now, if I were just to leave you the skeleton, it's not going to look as nice as mine. Just one thing is the amount of build I've done to do this. Armor paneling stuff. Like, this is like bigger than a foot long. But that moves with the ratchet clank. But see, you can see there. I don't feel like tearing this apart. You're gonna have to make something that looks like this. And besides, it's a Batman canopy. This is slightly hard to get, unless you already have the Batman set. Yeah, this is the way it is. So, this is all separated. This is the HQ, the main headquarters, because it's the original bridge for the big thing. And more armor paneling I took to turn into a tank. Tiny little hover tank, but with a big gun. So yeah, I say that worked out. I apologize if you're seeing pixels. I have a very terrible camera. The fighters. I have the stealth fighter right here. This is gonna get its own review video. I'm saying that because I don't want to tear this apart, but I'm fine tearing some parts off of it. But this was pretty hard to make. It took me 3, maybe 4 days to build. Mainly because I had to find all these black, gray, and yellow parts. The canopy was the easiest because that was already on there when I found it. But everything else is pretty complex. But I took my time in building this, and I did perfect. Because I first started out building it with random colors, which came out okay, actually. And then I'm like, you know what, let's make this black. So I took all those random colors off and built this with black parts. And this came out beautiful. Seriously, not only this has an attachment hook for the main thing that can be folded in, and it has another option for, there goes the pilot, another option. And I did not stop with detailing on this. I went into the interior. So I went into the interior and just did that too. But it's more interior back in here because that's the main storage bay. Now right here I can change this out with steering wheel mechanism, and that works perfect. Because it's what I call is like manual drive and automatic, but it's really no difference. This is cool. I say that is. And then my dad gathered a lot of white bricks out of our Lego bins and put it in its own Lego bin. I just got bored and ended up building this. It's a very small, thin fighter. But I normally use it for recon, scouting missions, search, and I'm missing 1 brick for it. And when this gets damaged anywhere near the cockpit, it just jets right off. Whee! And falls down, and it's very protective. But this is an in-atmosphere vehicle. In-atmosphere vehicle. Let's make that into an acronym. An in-atmosphere vehicle. So an IAV. IAV, yes. Perfect. Perfect name. It's an IAV. In-atmosphere vehicle. Oh. It's a space helmet. I found a space helmet. Not only that vehicle can operate out of atmosphere, just they're gonna need some oxygen. That's from Batman. Not only am I salvaged ship from the thing, I also got the arrowhead, so I have this guy as well. He's an engineer. He built the B-Wing. Well, a very prototype-like B-Wing. And here is Kuiper crystals that I gathered over the time. There's 3 of them in there. And a surprise gift called a thermal detonator. Because that somehow got in there. So I went through this and like, Kuiper crystal, thermal detonator, Kuiper crystal. Wait, what? So I told it to my dad. And he found that funny. Because it's funny. Kuiper crystals are explosives. Are explosive. Okay. So. That was just me talking about that. Now to move on to this part. Which, very simple. You take this pin that holds the entire thing together. All you do, you take a pin, and you take this, and you pin that on. And then you make sure that cross doesn't pin into there. And you're going to pin this back together. And you're done. It's simple. And you mirror it on the other side. One thing, I have the studs all out from the stud shooter. Because I have the spare studs in there. Because the golden studs are hard to find in my house. But I'd recommend you might want to have a big area to play with this. But of course, this still has its main play feature, which is to transform into multiple other ships. And I got the idea on building this massive carrier because of a game. I couldn't use a carrier, which I really wanted to. So I decided to build my own. So, if you have all the ships modified, you can stick them together and you get a skeleton ship, is what I want to call it. Because it's just a skeleton without the normal planets. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick this all together. Also, I have a frigate as well, but that's missing a part because I can't find it in white. Oh, and I have this rigged to look like it's crashed. I can barely see that in the lighting of the screen, but that's because I'm angled the screen. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Here's a bridge up in here. There's a something. There's something. It's just cool. And the cool part, this has a small feature, is the entire bow, clunk, can collapse. Just not like a sliding formation. You unpin stuff and then pin stuff back together. And I have it rigged to crash on a platform with a planet that has yellow surface soil, but it's dark and brown on the inside. I don't even know if there is even a planet, but that's a planet that I designed. So I had the crashed area right here. I have parts floating around because these will stick onto the ship. And then right here is a mobile command center. And then I have the ship they built from scratch, which is massive. Okay. So, there's that modification for that. So, now, it's time to put them all together. This has been actually a decent sized video. So, it's probably going to be like a few hours before people start seeing this. Is that inside out? No, that's not inside out. That's explaining how the fabric is. Okay. So, don't mind about the armor panel being missing, because it would look way better, but I'm giving you a challenge, and I'm have you guys email it to me. I now have a custom email for my YouTube account. It's, letting you guys know, it's tjphasetothemax@gmail.com. Very simple. Okay? And that's the same email I use in video games, but it's not the same email that I used for my actual YouTube account. Which I shouldn't have done, but I didn't. Because I didn't have that account before my YouTube account, so there's the problem. So, now that we have the entire skeleton ship, minus all the armor panels, so I'm going to take those off. I'm keeping on the engines because I want to. I don't want to take these off. They're a pain in the butt to put back on. And take that off. Now we took the Ultra Stealth Raider. This is a very old set, mind you. So it may be hard to find. And I estimated the price, you're going to need like a decent $300 to get this. Away and how all the sets are. So we're going to take ship. I have this, how to play feature is. You're just going to slide it in. But you don't need these pulls if you're not going to add on the armor panels. But I recommend you should try adding on the armor panels. Okay, and we're going to have that seal up like that. I'm going to start moving some bricks. Move out of the way! Oh, that kind of hurt my throat. And we're just going to roll that back in there. And we're going to try not to sit on the armor panels. We're going to take the fighter, this TIE Striker. I'm going to lift that up. We're going to kind of dock it on like this. So that's going to clip in there and make a pretty secure lock. And then that's going to come down. We're going to lock that into that. We're going to lower the wings. And you're pretty much getting a skeleton of this without the armor panels. We're going to unattach these bricks. So you're going to untouch those bricks, and you have to have the wings lowered for that to work. So we're now going to have who is it?
Me.
I'm recording.
Oh, hello. I figured.
Oh, it looks like I'm going to have to move that. Oh. You just unplugged the fan. Now it's going to get flipping hot up here. Plug back in the brown cord.
Which one?
The brown cord.
Oh.
And the black one. Don't unplug any cords.
I plugged all of them.
Not all of them.
I just left the stuff.
Oh, you left an electricity cord here? Here to get it. Okay, well, not everything's plugged back in properly.
Yeah, I plugged it back in.
I kicked the carrier.
Oh. Alright, I gotta go. I have basketball games in the video time, I think. What?
You said you unplugged the main cord, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, technical difficulties. So, now you got the one side plugged back in. I gotta come over to this side, and you can see how it's actually done. Because I apparently have to move these forward a stud. Oops! I messed up! We're gonna plug that, see? Unplug that. And we're just going to have the wing lowered. It actually works with the wing lowered. Wing is lowered. And now, you got the skeleton ship. The reason why I call it a skeleton ship, because it's got none of the armor panels or the extra fighters that go onto it. So, this is the skeleton ship. Move that back. That's what you're gonna get. Sorry about the foam. This foam I have under my computer, but it's not directly under the computer, because the computer's up here. The foam's down here. I have a plastic box right there. So this is what you're gonna get if you follow my steps correctly. This is what you get. Now you turn these around so you can get rear guns. Now there's no blind spots ish. There's no blind spots ish. Of course you can go directly under, but it's a bad idea to do that. You can go perfectly behind here, but you can modify it so it has a rear gun like back in here. So this is what you're gonna get. It's the skeleton ship. So it's what you get. It actually looks okay. Oh, that started to unpin itself. Oh, my head hurts from holding my head upside down. So now you're able to make armor panels, and you can stick them on. Click, and they just sit in there, and they make it look more cool. And I have this that sits up here, sits in down into the armor and stuff. Ow. Now, the way and how I got this platform is I originally started out making a TIE Reaper, using the TIE Striker to turn into TIE Reaper, which has been seen just for a split second became very popular on Rogue One. So, I'm getting a little hungry. I say that's enough time for the video, but I may do a more clear video for the U-Wing, but this is what you get when you follow the steps. Now I'm giving you guys a challenge to make your own custom armor panels. So this is what you're going to get. If you make your own custom panels, send the image to me. I like the image. Well, then I'm going to... if you're able to comment to me, then you have your own channel. I commented, you're gonna have your own stuff to comment on, which will, so if you're able to comment, you can comment saying, here's, I don't know, but just type in something down in the comments below, and I may pin it if I am able to see a photo of new armor panels on this. That would be awesome. So, cool. Good? Alright. That's a decent length for a video. Well, time to see you later. Bye. Wait. Give me a second. Okay. Now. Bye.